Let's make sure we've got the human element because these football grounds are for people. Why is there such fascination? Why does Scotland produce actually still so many good footballers? Maybe it's in the water. The moment you get a crowd of one, and it could be a dog actually, I'm kind of fascinated because there's someone else on looking apart from me. But when you get up to 500, 1,000, which is probably what we get today, that's enough people to give a real good atmosphere. But actually, you won't believe this, but if we get there early enough, or I get there early enough, I almost count them in. I like to be the first person there. And you'd be surprised, there's very few people of 500 or 1,000 that I won't recognise. Actually, I'm not just saying this, the ground we're going to today, I first visited in 1995, Camelon, and I loved it. And I think we'll see today, there's a canal that goes right by it, almost higher than the stand, and so you get all these people walking, running, on bicycles, on barges, going past the football ground. And there's a few other features we're going to see today, because I came here 2 weeks ago. I know we're on to something good today. We're in Falkirk. This could be, we claim about Scotland having the best support in the world. Well, within Scotland, is there anywhere that's got 5 sort of pretty major clubs in one town? It's not a city. So that's incredible. Falkirk could almost be claiming to be the home or the epicenter of football. Million miles it's traipsed. Whoa. So I remember when I had a show in Falkirk in the 90s, I came to this ground, Camelon, and I loved it then. And then, I'll be honest, I haven't been back since. And I was wondering, would I find it a disappointment? Lots of the little intricacies ironed out whilst they've modernised it to make it more acceptable. No is the answer. They're all still here. This has got it all, really. We've got the mountains in the background, beautiful bright red. Probably, although my clubs were yellow and blue growing up, probably red is my favourite colour in football because it's very photogenic. Everything looks quite bright when there's red around the ground, be it replica shirts, all sorts of stuff. Can I take your picture? I'm just going to take one. It's going to be, just keep your eye, that's what I like, holding the can. Just yourself with gold in the background. What's your first name?
DJ.
Okay, thank you. Okay, don't blink. I'm only taking one picture. Here we go. Don't blink, please. Cheers. Thanks. See you in the game. See ya. So that's it. You see, I took that, and it might be a crap picture, and that's it. No one asked for that picture. He might think, oh, I wonder what's going to become of that picture. But I like that. I like just taking one picture and saying if it's any good. And usually it is. Now, I've just thought, so some of these players might be Genefield. We could be getting mixed up. Red is certainly the home team, Camelon, but I'm not sure what colours. I think that's Genefield in black. They're top of the table. Are they? Is that Genefield players there? Yeah. Cheers. Thanks. By getting here early and seeing it fill up, you do go through lots of emotions. In the middle of it, almost the icing on the cake is the match itself. The rest is putting on this, it's a sort of party, but let's be honest about football. Only one of the teams going to win, they might draw. In the season, hardly anybody wins any trophies. So it's all about loyalty, a test of loyalty. You know, in a way, most teams lose. And you stand through all these matches, you know, through 3 to 4 seasons, change of weathers. It's a real struggle. I know it sounds like there's much worse struggles than this. This is the best end of the great struggle in life. This is the side of life that I want to be, a kind of glorious struggle, not war and all that sort of stuff. This, where people are on the edge of their seats or on the edge of a step, their emotions pushed to the limit. Sometimes they're bored, sometimes they're fed up, sometimes they're clamoring for change of management or something. And it goes on, you know, season after season. It is absolutely unique what we've built in the UK. And it is still kind of the envy of the world, what we've got here, this rich tapestry, jigsaw of football clubs. Colours are stunning, aren't they? In April, I'll be honest, you struggle to photograph all through the winter in dingy light, and everyone looks in grey with overcoats. And then you get to April and the last week of the season, maybe into May, it just blows my mind how colourful it is and how beautiful. So I first came to the Dundee Derby in 1996 and couldn't believe it. What I was seeing, the closeness of the grounds, the sort of lovely support, really. It's not all twee, people still swear at each other and stuff, but it's a little bit friendlier actually than almost any other derby rivalry that I can think of. And Dundee isn't the biggest city. To have 2 major clubs and literally side by side is astonishing. Visually, it's fantastic. We'll see that today. Oh, that's a lovely shot. I love that.
Come on.
And you'd be surprised, you know, we pick out a few of the first people that come and sit in their seats, and you'll kind of remember them. And then during moments of, say, great emotion, a goal perhaps, you might have the chance to pick them out. And it's just wonderful how people transform a rusting old ground like Tannadice. I might get the barbed wire in as a sort of foil to the pretty scene behind it. You want to be part of something, and this is their big gig. And sometimes they're in quite rough parts of town, if you like, you know, the football grounds. So I've got this mixture of blossom, colour and barbed wire, which I think is really nice. I decided in 1989 I was going to do this thing. I would finance it. I would get paid for doing exhibitions, books. I would get paid by the football trust who were doing up all the ground. They were putting in money into the refurbishment of grounds all across the country. And I said, well, let's make sure we've got the human element, because these football grounds are for people. It's not right just to put, you know, £2 million into a ground and say, well, there it is. It's then going to be used by people. So let's show them how people use it. And that's what I do. So it's 2 weeks before the World Cup, and we photographed Dundee United v Dundee, which is the top level, really, of Scottish domestic football. We photographed Camelon, which is the kind of middle level. This, in this green and pleasant background, is the grassroots. And the league we're doing, Fourth and Ettrick League, is unique, that they play on Fridays and only in the summer. And I think there's a lot of farm hands and farmers' boys, if you like, playing in this league. So we're going to see a couple of games tonight. Friday, right at the end of May. So I've never been to this is always exciting for me, to go to a new ground that I've never seen before. You don't know quite what to expect. And the questions often asked to me is that, you know, is it in that order, like the professional, the top Scottish matches are the top in terms of enthusiasm, and this is at the bottom? Not always, to be honest. These have a great lot of character, and you can get quite involved. So I wouldn't necessarily say this is the poor relation. It could turn out to be spectacular. No camping, no fires on the pitch, no alcohol. Rabbits got to behave themselves. Dogs clean up your poo. Dogs keep on the lead, right? Okay. So I think they must change up there somewhere and walk down the players. Oh, this is a nice ground, I think. I love all that. Look at that. Fields of dreams, these. These are really fields of dreams. There's somebody who probably lives his or her life around putting on matches on these grounds, like does everything. Arranges the matches, mows it, raises a bit of money, probably runs the local bar, everything. Is our star player who got sent off playing tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, good fun. Good. I like this. I feel very at home at this ground, actually. It feels like a field of dreams. Like Paul isn't a relative, but he kind of feels like he is. He's the manager. It's part of his vision. His son plays here. And as we can see, he was here earlier putting it all together. It's his field of dreams. And I love it. It's really nice. There's some... They are doing it proud. That probably is the first lot. Back in the day when these are probably all farmers and they probably became players. I'll see if that's true. I think it is. Paul, that old picture, is that the original team like arriving on the bus somewhere down there?
Yeah, that's...
I love that picture.
That's
Blimey.
them in the way to the cup final.
Brilliant.
So the excitement tonight is a new signing is going to be pressed
Whoa.
into action.
Wow.
I've never had a washing machine before.
God, that's brilliant.
So it's, I like it.
Wow,
So,
so that-
the team's nickname
This is where the largest known vine in the world is grown, Kippen. So that's the insignia that's, if we turn around and look at this, this is what this is. The grapes. They are the grape pickers.
You're back on race day. He's got sore throat. Oh, fuck off. Ask him at the weekend.
So what I love about this level of football, it has to be said, isn't perhaps the greatest skills, goals, whatever, but the other things still apply. Teamwork, loyalty, and really these are village teams. So you're probably playing for the village that you grew up in. So there's loyalty, a sense of inclusion about it. And it's quite funny. There's lots of funny things happen. And maybe a crowd of about 40 at best. So you've got time as a photographer or onlooker to take in everything, really.
Kiffin have been playing really well, and a good start to the game, so just keep going and hopefully get another goal.
What did you think of the goal?
It was an actual cross, but it was a great cross and just sailed over everyone straight in the top corner. I think great goal.
Yeah, do you know that sun's going to come out just after the game? That cloud's going to go just too late. So in just unbelievably 3 games, we feel, me and the camera crew, we feel like we've seen almost the whole of Scottish football. Of course we haven't, there's thousands of games. But we did a game at each level, top level, middle level, and the supposed grassroots level, the bottom. And the bottom felt as good as the top at times. Dundee United were fantastic hosts. They had us for their biggest game of the season, the derby versus Dundee, in the blazing sunshine. Camelon Juniors, for those of you in the south of England, this is not kids. Juniors just means not the top level. That was a brilliant game as well. And then the third game tonight on a Friday in this small league of supposed farmhands. That's its history. That's why they play on a Friday into the summer. That was also brilliant. Scotland is on an absolute roll for football. The national side, we should have added that, a 4th match, perhaps one of their games. They have set the tone, I think, for the whole of the season at all levels. Is Scotland has got something, and I just say it's in the water. I don't know why, for such a small country, they are above their weight at all levels, I would say. And not just on the pitch. Humour, welcome, friendliness. This is the place.